Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever, brought to you by Roundtable Sports. And Glenn, the show was scheduled at 2:10. All right, fool? All right, pay attention. I'm just kidding, Glenn. What's going on? Guys, listen, finally, we have things to discuss because training camp is here, TD. In fact, all but two NFL organizations have reported to camp. The Steelers and one other team are set to report tomorrow. But now we are finally starting to get some news. That's including some holdouts across the NFL. That is also including some uniform announcements. The Buffalo Bills red helmet is back, ladies and gents. Look at that piece of beauty. The red helmet is back for Buffalo. The standing Buffalo helmets are back week 5 and week 11. A lot of question marks about players that could potentially be holding in, some players that are added to the PUP list. Holy hell, we have a lot.
You forgot something.
Discuss. What's that, Richie?
We'll get into it.
We will. TD, how you doing, man? Talk to me.
I'm doing great. Listen, football back, baby.
Football's back. Football is back.
Let's go, man. I'm excited about it. And because guess what? We get to talk even more about football. I mean, technically, we've gotten y'all through the offseason. This is officially the players are in the building. They're practicing. We got media on site. We're giving reports, interviews. We back, baby. So shout out to Fourth and Forever, holding it down for the summer, taking care of all of the quality football content, getting people through the offseason. But it's nothing but rev up season now, baby. Let's go.
It's nothing but rev up season as well, folks. Finally, the season of speculation is over, right? Because now we're going to be seeing what some of these rookies are looking like in camp. Key position battles, man. Woo! Richie, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. It's great to be back on the show. Fourth and Forever. Training camp.
Camp is here.
We did it. I can't wait to be there Friday, Saturday, and talk about it all season, man. It's the season of speculation is done, and I'm excited, man. A lot of new things are coming out. A lot of news, and definitely excited about it. Definitely excited about it. And you forgot something that's very important that happened today that we got to cover.
What is that, man? Talk to me.
Woo!
What is that?
Please don't be Jets.
Oh, it's Jets related.
Of course it is. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to get your guys' reactions to it.
Okay.
All right. So this came out of absolutely nowhere. I didn't see this coming. And listen, it's not like a big deal, but for Jets fans that have
for Richie, it is.
Crappy owner, usually it is. So they completely upgraded a brand new locker room.
Okay.
Brand new locker room. All right. And I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts of it. Here's the video that they dropped, and it's pretty dope, man. Take a watch. We're all coming back to training camp to this.
Dang.
Woo! Woo-hoo! Super Bowl! Sauna? Woo! The barbershop. Come on, TD. Get cut up in there. Hey, man. The new era is here. The New York Jets had a D+ grade in the report card last year. And Woody Johnson saw that. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to invest millions for my guys, for the Aaron Glenn regime. We're going to recreate, redesign your workspace in the launch of this new era of the New York Jets. Is a new locker room winning you any football games? Absolutely not.
No, it's not. No,
but if you're someone that goes to work every day at a certain office, and then all of a sudden you walk into office one day and it's completely revamped, it's upgraded to the max as an employee, how do you feel? You feel re-energized. You got a new life. Yeah. You're like, oh, wow, I'm taken care of. Oh, my boss loves me. Oh, I'm ready to work. I'm more inspired than I've ever been. I love it. The timing is great. And obviously, it's not going to win you any games, but it just shows you that this season for the New York Jets is all about change and everything's new, including a locker room.
Well, it's going to be a great place to cry, right? Because I totally understand with you. It's like you sign with a new company or you get hired by this cool tech company in San Francisco, right? And this is a personal story here. You know, first time you walk into that office and you're greeted with a bunch of swag. Like, I literally had a pool table right in my office, a vending machine, a bar where you could pour yourself your own beer if you wanted to after work. It had all the perks. And it made me forget how grueling and heart-wrenching the actual work was 2 weeks later once that all wore off. So I could see that coming from the New York Jets in 2025. TD, thoughts on the new locker room?
Congratulations to the New York Jets for upgrading their facilities for their players. That's very important because they did get a terrible grade, and the Dolphins had the highest grade in the NFL. But this confirms 4 wins this season. A barber shop. See, they're more focused on their appearance, and being, the Big Apple, New York, and the players. I can see Sauce Gardner sitting in there every Sunday getting edged up. Oh my gosh, y'all not winning no games. Y'all think this is going to? You know what? It did pump you up, and I'm gonna go off a Dan's story. You were motivated for about 2 weeks, right? And then it all wore off, right?
Yeah. Dude, it's true. You were motivated for about 2 weeks, and then eventually you're like, my job sucks, dude.
Yeah, this locker room, this new locker room for the Jets, look for them to go 3-0 in the preseason, and then regular season 4 and about 13, somewhere around there. So that's what this is. It'll wear off as soon as that first game come and they lose. Okay. But hey, man, good facilities. I see one sauna with surround sound. Last I checked, there's about 60 guys up in there. There's only one sauna. What's up with that, man? What's up with that?
Man, so to be honest with you, I would probably recommend that Miami just gives them the shittiest locker room in the NFL. Something needs to change over there. I think all your players are very
locker room.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Downgrade them immediately. Something's wrong with the culture. What they are is spoiled brats who don't listen to mommy and daddy. And they're spoiled with all of this state-of-the-art locker room. Unfortunately, they just don't deserve it. All right?
We have a slide in our facilities, baby. We got a slide.
That's the problem. That's the problem. If I was the head coach, I would be removing all of that. There would be no fun in the locker room.
I'm with you. I'm actually with you, Dan.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, dude. Rip the slide away. Rip the PS5s away. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, if there's a culture issue in Miami,
I disagree,
it's time to take the PlayStation away from the kids.
Maybe that's exactly why
it's time for the fun to go away. All right. That's what you need.
Because the Buffalo Bills, last I heard, everything y'all have is just terrible.
Oh, shit.
So maybe that's why
it's terrible. It's business only. It's business only, right?
Well, the Jets have been all crap too forever. So now we got to change. Everything's changing, including the locker room.
Y'all just say hit rock bottom yet. It's on the way.
No, we hit rock bottom. We already did.
You think you did.
No, we did. I promise you. I will guarantee it, actually. The New York Jets hit rock bottom. I said that multiple times last year. So now we're at rock bottom. So now we're going up from rock bottom, and that starts with an internal change, a coaching change, quarterback change, general manager change. You get the trend here? Do you get the trend? No. And when I was live this morning talking about this, I just looked up, synonyms. I'm like, what's a synonym? What are words that also connect with the word change, right? And it's basically what the New York Jets are. Change.
What is it? Change.
Shift, alteration, modification, adjustment, transformation, transition, conversion, reversal, turn, progress, evolution, development, upgrade, refinement, revamp, innovation. That's the 2025 New York Jets. It's not going to all of a sudden expedite the process, and we're a 15-win team this year, but that's where we're trending, even if it takes 2 to 3 years, baby. Bang. Come on.
Damn, you know what?
Rock bottom,
well,
on the up.
So I can't let the Jets steal the show because something incredible happened for the Buffalo Bills today.
Oh, my God.
As many of you know, I have been pounding the table, and I have been wishing that Buffalo were to bring back their red helmets in the 90s, baby. and they've been gone for quite some time. Richie, please pull up
I'm
these
ahead of you,
pieces
Dan.
of art, man. Holy hell. Pull up that side image so we can get a real look into it, right? And Richie, here's the beautiful thing about it, right? That is set to be displayed and worn on week 18. It kind of pisses me off because I know Josh Allen is not going to be wearing it. He will be, but on the sideline. More than likely, we will be resting our starters after already locking up the number one seed. However, man, dude, listen, I love it. We also heard that the standing Buffalo helmets and the old school uniforms are being brought back 2 weeks this year as well, week 5 and week 11. And we're still waiting on the Nike rivalries jerseys as well. And for those of you that are big in the NBA and the MLB, I could imagine, since all of our teams in the AFC East will be getting their own rendition, not going to be a single primary color. It's going to be something completely different. I would love to see the Dolphins go with the Miami Vice type colors. I think that would be sick. I'm not going to lie to you. I hope they don't sleep on that.
The rivalries is interesting. And this, just from the Jet standpoint real quick, this was in the locker room, Gotham City Football, that logo. And I'm making the connection. Is that the rivalries? Because that's new. Gotham City Football has never been a thing. That's like a new logo that I'm like, is that the rivalries? I don't know. That could be a little tease of where the Jets rivalries, or it's something completely different. No idea.
Where does that come from with the Jets?
It's from Batman.
It's
Gotham
from
City.
Batman. It's in New York City.
It's based off of New York City, but they call it Gotham. I think the Jets would miss out on a crazy opportunity if they didn't do Gotham. I feel like they need to have a play on the Gotham. I really think that they need to.
Gotham City Football. That'll be sick.
Very much how the Buffalo Bills. I've seen like some chromed out version since Buffalo is coming from such like a steel production type city, the nickel city, if you will. Man, I am very excited. But it's a good time to be a Buffalo Bill, ladies and gentlemen. The red helmets are back. And hopefully we end up wearing them again during the AFC Championship, leading up into going to Santa Clara for the Super Bowl, in which I will be there live reporting with my good friends Richie and TD. Hopefully the damn Bills are there this time, man. That's what I'm
talking about. A lot of NFL news, man. It's training camp season, and it's exciting. It's absolutely exciting. This is the time that we wait for. There's no more speculation. Everybody do us a favor. Simply hit the like button if you're just tuning in. This is Fourth and Forever live on Roundtable Sports every single day. The flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys, as always, for tuning on into this channel all season long. Man, we have so much to be excited about. Dan, yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, though, Dan, I'm not going front. I actually do like the red helmets, though. They're pretty dope.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, man. Me too. It's been a while. I was kind of upset when they got ripped away from us. I'm glad that they are back indeed. But week 18 is when we will be wearing them. Maybe we end up incorporating that into the new stadium next year, where that is more of a primary piece of our uniform. But guys, like Richie ended up teasing, there has been quite a few tidbits of news, starting off with our good friends, the Cincinnati Bengals, and Trey Hendrickson, the edge rusher, has officially not reported to camp. All right. He's standing on business. It was all rumors. All offseason, we heard him in interviews saying, look, if I don't have a new contract, I'm not showing up. Well, it appears that he is a man of his word. And according to Jordan Schultz, it is due to the fact not of the guaranteed money, but the length and of the commitment and guarantees tied to the potential deal. A further report came out. I think it was Manti Te'o actually ended up getting a hold of Trey Hendrickson or his representation. And according to Trey Hendrickson, he said that they are grossly far apart on the particular contract. Same thing with Shamar Stewart. He is not at camp for the exact same reason. Things are rough over in Cincinnati. I'm not going to lie to you. TD, thoughts on this topic? Talk to me.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And what I don't like is it feels like everybody's digging their, foot in the dirt, and planting themselves and not budging at all. But man, something has to shake, man. These guys, camp is starting now, and you don't want these distractions. And it doesn't even feel like, I feel like they're not even close. I mean, like you said, it's the length of it. And these guys, especially an edge rusher that's proven himself at this point, you don't want to budge. That extra year is $30+ million difference. It's going to be an extra year, which means more guarantees. That's a big difference, and it makes all the difference because this is probably potentially his last big bag or opportunity to get one, and you never know what happens during the contract. So you got to protect yourself from your value and what you're worth. Because here's the deal: if you were traded or unrestricted free agent, you would get exactly what you want in the open market. And that's what players have to fight for. You got me under contract and I'm just supposed to settle for maybe a year less on the deal because you have my rights. No, that year is important, especially at this rate per year. I mean, how much money you think he's going to get? Oh, 35.
He's probably looking for a deal that's similar to Miles and TJ Watt, who was just recently
if he'll get in the 40s, though, you think?
So I feel like he's looking for that for sure, right? So here's the deal, man. I am known as somebody that's very critical of the Cincinnati Bengals front office, right? Because I just think that they mismanage funds. I think that they're cheap. I think that they make very terrible decisions and they can't draft to save their lives. But I empathize with them on the Trey Hendrickson situation because, yes, he's had 17 and a half sacks back-to-back years. But remember, this team also finished 26th or 27th in the league in overall pass rush win rate statistics collectively. So that tells me this. I can sign Trey Hendrickson to a 3 to 4 year contract at, say, $35 million per year. But then I end up looking at all of the other players that are taking a significant amount of my cap. That's Chase, that's Higgins, that's also Joe Burrow. And I look at the remainder of my defense that has been struggling tremendously. Right? Secondary needs some damn help. Same thing with the linebackers. Same thing with the rest of the defensive line. I have a big piece of empathy for them because say that they sign Trey Hendrickson, it's going to be very difficult for this team to ever get back to where they were defensively that one year when they actually made it to the Super Bowl. So I don't hate them for being stingy with Hendrickson because I get it. Shamar is an entire different conversation to me, but I'm very interested to see where they go because say that they do sign Trey Hendrickson, they better damn well hope that they can hit on the next 2 to 3 draft classes. And I'm not even talking about first and second round. I am talking the first 4 rounds in the next 2 draft classes if they have any hope whatsoever in being able to bring that defense back to its prime. Richie, thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, it's I don't know. He's in Florida. He's not anywhere near Cincinnati, I believe, for training camp. This is definitely getting ugly. I don't know. This is a team that I think is built to be a legit contender this year. And the big part of their defense, which is a huge issue last year, is not there. I don't know how they're going to come together. The Bengals do these weird things with their players, with the Shamar Stewart situation and everything all about that. Like, I don't know, man. It's as a Bengals fan, I wonder what their thoughts of this is because you're a team that has Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins locked up. The offense is so profound. It could be the best offense in the league this year, but the defense, man, is just terrible. So I don't know. I feel like it's going to get ugly. It's going to continue all season until the deal's done.
So I almost wonder if Brick Johnson is running the organization, right? Because that one rumor...
Brick Johnson has been running the Jets the last few months, and it's been fantastic, by the way. The Jets have been running like...
Perfect.
You see the locker room? That was Brick.
Brick. Dude, shout out Brick, man. Well, a few years ago, we heard that Brick was making some very important decisions on the New York Jets based off of their Madden scores. Based off of how Cincinnati has been run as far as financial decisions, I would assume that he is also dipping his feet into the Bengals organization as well. Or maybe Tobin's nephew or son is making some decisions because doubling down on just 3 offensive pieces where you can't afford to pay literally anybody else and not being able to draft, it makes me feel like a child is running the organization. It really does.
Don't sleep on children running organizations, though.
Don't sleep on kids running the organization. That's where I am.
But for real, the Bengals are definitely... What, TD? What?
He could be being groomed, to actually run the franchise one day. So, hey, that's the boss.
You think?
Why not? I mean, it's his son.
Dude, listen, he could be. he
he
very well could be.
I mean, Jets fans are taking this and running with it. NYJ Matt, Brick Johnson in 2025 as the people's owner. 1-0 record when he was the guy with the Dolphins. Hired Aaron Glenn. He hired Darren Muji. He invested in an offensive line. He extended Sauce, extended Garrett. Now he gave us a new locker room. Woo! Your team is not being ran by a kid? Can't relate. Brick Johnson, the people's owner. Let's go, Brick.
Brick is indeed doing his thing. All right, next storyline. Terry McLaurin, from what I understand, I've been searching through X today, and I haven't seen an update. I have heard from head coach and GM that he anticipates he does show up. They're thinking that he will. Thoughts on this? Starting off with Richie. Will Terry McLaurin ultimately end up showing up to training camp? Thoughts on this?
So, Adam Peters just talked. I'm seeing this now. Adam Peters about the situation. So let's hear what he had to say.
What has been communicated to you about Terry, whether reporting or not reporting? What's been communicated to you about him?
Yeah, we haven't spoken about that, but just like with really all of our players, we're expecting everybody to be here today.
And then for both of you, he talked a lot last week about his situation, a lot of frustration. He talked about wanting to feel valued. I'm curious what you guys thought about that. And then, Adam, if you can talk about where things do stand with him as far as an extension.
Yeah, I mean, first, I think, without a doubt, I think everybody in this building values Terry very much. And we knew that coming in, and we knew that even more after spending a year with him. In terms of where we're at, we've had conversations recently, and we'll look to have some more conversations, and we're going to do everything we can in order to get a deal done.
What has been communicated?
All right, so that's a vague
yep.
answer. So Dan, Adam Peters just spoke, and this is what he had to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, first, I think, without a doubt, I think everybody in this building values Terry very much, and we knew that coming in, and we knew that even more after spending a year with him. In terms of where we're at, we've had conversations recently, and we'll look to have some more conversations. And
thoughts, TD, of what Adam Peters had to say about the situation? Anything?
Like I said before, they'll get the job done. They need him this year because at the end of the day, when you come that close to a Super Bowl, you don't do anything to regress that situation. But like I said before, there's other guys that also have to be considered, like Laramie Tunsil and things like that, especially if you see what's happening in Miami today. That was some interesting stuff. Scary actually to me, but yeah, they'll figure it out. Everybody, they value him. They want him. They just got to work out the deal and figure it out. And they will. And again, sometimes with wide receivers, those are the guys, if ballers are ballers, you could play this pony show in camp. As long as they're ready week one, that's all that matters. They got a month and a half to get it done, and they will.
It's funny because you did bring up Miami Dolphins camp, and you teased us that something is happening. The only thing I found was from Cameron Wolfe, and he is discussing how Tyreek Hill believes he's back to himself after his wrist surgery, and he's down to 183 pounds walking into training camp, which is very light, by the way. But what else have we learned from Dolphins training camp that many of us are unaware of? Talk to me.
Well, as y'all know, even on my individual platform, I kind of give people examples of possibilities on the team. We need to consider this. We need to consider that. This could be an issue. That could be an issue. And one of those issues, man, we're on pins and needles hoping that it's not coming true in front of our eyes. And I've told people, look out for this because we have no idea. There's one guy that we traded for, a big name guy, and we haven't seen him on camera yet. We haven't heard anything from him. Today they canceled his first official press conference.
Oh,
and moved it to a later date.
What's up, TikTok? No, I'm just.
Who is it?
Who is it?
Micah Fitzpatrick. And I told everybody, look at his contract. He's gonna want his money too. We don't even know if he's happy about being back in Miami because this was one of those moves. Pittsburgh did it, and I don't think this was a consulted with or anything move. it just got done. And Miami saw that expiring contract and say, yeah, let's make this trade happen. We don't know what the circumstance is. And it may all be nothing, but the evidence is starting to pile up in a negative way because you cancel his first. Now, remember, when he got traded, he should have already have been probably did a press conference. But now where he's actually scheduled to do it and they postpone it to a later date, and they'll let us know what that date is. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on.
Wow, Richie, a massive bombshell. I'm sitting here, and we see Micah Fitzpatrick was scheduled to have his first press conference since being traded back to the Miami Dolphins today, but we're told his media session has been postponed to a later day, period. And then your buddy Omar Kelly has said the exact same thing, that it's pushed back. And he says, think nothing about this unless it gets pushed back tomorrow. The first day of on-field camp work, too.
Which is crazy. The team said push to a later date. And Omar Kelly's like, well, I'm not thinking nothing of it. Now, if he don't show up tomorrow for a press conference, then say something, because I think it's mandatory. You know, like once when they show up tomorrow, you know, the media should have access to interview everybody. And if that doesn't have anything on a press conference, then you know something's going on.
Just now remind me, he wanted out of Miami, right? He demanded a trade, or was he just traded?
Micah's been weird. He demanded a trade because Brian Flores was using him as a Swiss Army knife. And, you know, he wasn't great at it. He goes to Pittsburgh, and Mike Tomlin uses him as a Swiss Army knife. And then he goes out on camera and say, I get it now, basically. I understand, what to do now. And I actually want to be in this role now as a Swiss Army knife. And remember, Flores went there a few years later and was helping as well with that defense. But now he's back in Miami. We traded for him. And I've been saying it. I'm confident if you look at his contract details, his agent should be in the office right now saying, hey, we need to go ahead and re-up. Let's go ahead and extend now before he hits that old age where he's year to year. Let's go ahead and give him his last bag. And I don't know what's going on. There's been rumors, unconfirmed rumors that he's very unhappy right now.
Good God, Richie, talk to me, man. What's up with you? Thoughts on this?
I'm going to give it a day or two before I really react to this, because if he shows up tomorrow, then it's all like, this is for nothing. So I'll wait, honestly, because he can show up tomorrow.
It's not the show up. It's, will you be available for the media?
Yeah.
Because obviously if he's not, that simply means they're trying to keep him away from the media because there's problems.
Mm-hmm.
What could the problems be?
Him not wanting to be there.
Yeah. It's
give me my money. Or give me my money.
It's probably more so that, I'd say. It's probably more of a contract.
See what I mean?
But I mean, there are several other possibilities. Richie, thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show. My thoughts of this is I don't want to give my thoughts until I know what's actually happening, because it could be potentially this could enter a dramatic situation, or he just shows up and talks to the media tomorrow and all's good. So it's really hard. You look at this right here. They showed his media guide photo. So he's expected to be there and talk to the media. And obviously he's a former Dolphin, but again, man, I don't want to explode on this situation until it has to be. That's kind of my point.
That has to be tough though, right? Like, you've been in Pittsburgh, you fell in love with it, and then you're gearing up for a Super Bowl and you say you got to go. They got to be tough.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most definitely. I could certainly have a sense of empathy for the safety. But, I mean, hey, listen, we will monitor the situation, and we are not going to troll TD unless we hear a confirmation that he – oh, okay. Last question. So, vets are reporting today, right?
But
they have first on-field practice tomorrow. So, first on-field practice tomorrow. Has there been any reports that he is not there?
That's a great question. I believe he is there.
Okay.
I'll have to verify, but I mean, I think it would make sense. I believe that he was there.
Okay.
But again, I'll verify that and have an update tomorrow when we know more.
Okay.
So we'll see.
All right. Well, Colts fans, say for example, you were hoping that Anthony Richardson really had an opportunity to win that starting job. I think your prayers have been answered because he is not being added to the physically unable to perform list, and he is going into training camp. From what I understand, I think they are going to ease him back into first team reps. However, I think this just raises the question here, guys. Am I the only one that is still on the bandwagon that Daniel Jones is winning that starting QB1 battle? TD. Is Daniel Jones the Colts QB in 2025?
Is Anthony Richardson still hurt?
No, I don't think so.
No.
So you think it's going to be Anthony Richardson and not Daniel Jones?
Yeah, Daniel Jones was brought in, but I mean, do you just scrap your young guy and say you're not it? I mean,
The Colts posted this 2 hours ago. I don't know, it's like a starting quarterback post.
It's Daniel Jones camp edition. I didn't see an Anthony Richardson post from the Colts. I didn't.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense for Daniel Jones. Him being the guy, but basically, like, if he is the guy, you're basically, hey, Anthony Richardson, you're done. Like, what are we doing? I mean, you should already know everything you need to know about Daniel Jones at this point, right?
Yeah.
So you should know what you have. So I think that this offseason might also be interesting with some moves, underrated moves with backups and everything. But yeah, man, if they're going to be posting this and putting this out there, then Daniel Jones is going to be their guy this year. They feel like they got their $1 million man where, hey, he's our future for now, and see if he can find a home here for the next 4 to 5 years. And if not, we'll keep looking. But they're giving Danny Dimes the opportunity to say, hey, this is where I am. This is like the Sam Darnold effect, but with the long-term potential outlook.
With the long-term potential outlook. Richie, and so I know you're a sucker for a comeback story, all right? Is Daniel Jones your QB1 over in Indy this year?
Yeah, I mean, I had front row seats to the Daniel Jones experiment being in New York with the Giants. He's that type of quarterback where he has that. He could be the next Sam Darnold. He could be the next Geno, just like what Justin Fields is trying to be. Of course, a failed first-round pick that hasn't really lived up to the expectation. But I don't know, man. I feel like Daniel Jones' problem is turnovers. And if you have that turnover thing and it's just in you and you can't get rid of that, you're never going to succeed, bro. Like, he has a fumbling problem, and he's very inconsistent. And the one thing I will say about him and Anthony Richardson is they're both mobile quarterbacks, which is going to benefit the system. So whether it's Richardson or Jones, they're going to have that dual threat ability. I don't know. I feel like if there was a surprise, Daniel Jones goes out there and he leads the Colts to 10 wins. And all of a sudden we're like, wait, Daniel Jones is a quarterback in this league all of a sudden? You never know. He's had some flashes in the pans, and I definitely don't want to rule him out because you got to give a quarterback another opportunity on another team to see if he's an actual bust. So Daniel Jones is on a bust trajectory, but he could alter his fate in the NFL if he gets an opportunity this year and takes it and runs with it. I'm not going to write him off yet. I'm just simply not until he goes out there this year as the Colt quarterback and proves exactly who he is.
So I still have some faith in Daniel Jones, and he's going to a significantly improved offensive line. And perhaps his fumbling issue had everything to do with that piss-poor offensive line. I understand that, like, he certainly had his share of fumbles at the second level. However, knowing that you are going to be running for your life does something to a man's adrenaline and does something to your psyche. I think this is a system that he could succeed. And going even further, like, y'all got to think that Shane Steichen's seat is hot as hell, like measured on the Kelvin scale, for God's sakes. I think that if Daniel Jones is even slightly better than Anthony Richardson, I think he's going to give him the nod, because that's going to be in the back of his mind all season long. Is how can I save my job one more year as the Colts can hopefully welcome in a brand new quarterback in a much stronger class compared to last year. I think that's something we often don't talk about.
Dan, you keep saying this about this stronger class next year. You need to go ahead and make that list, man. Give me those top 5 soon,
Dude,
all right?
Dude, listen, man. Let me tell you exactly who I love, bro. I love a lot of these guys, all right? You have DJ Lagway from Florida, from the Florida Gators. Absolute stud. He's a Heisman contender.
I heard Miami Hurricanes
whether or not that he might come back for another year. Oh, yeah, with Carson Beck's an absolute bum. Trust me. Have Garrett Nussmeier from LSU. He's likely going to be a top candidate.
I heard some people say he could be the first overall pick.
Yeah, he could. He could.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Drew Aller from Penn State is also a very good pocket passing QB. He's solid. And then Lenoris Sellers is my favorite from South Carolina. Dude is an absolute animal. He is very, very good. So I'm probably going to say about 5 quarterbacks are going to be going into the draft. I don't think Arch Manning is going to go into the draft. I think he stays one more year in Texas unless he goes out there and he wins the Heisman and he has nothing left to prove. But trust me, TD, you will have plenty of prospects to watch and potentially recruit for the Miami Dolphins to draft next year, right in the first round.
Oh, my gosh. We might already have our quarterback of the future under contract.
And fun fact, folks, listen, since we have 233 of you currently watching right now, 181, we are actually launching a college football show on the Roundtable Sports Network. Richie, would you mind pulling it up and putting the link right in the live chat so we can get people to go subscribe to that bad boy? I'm doing whatever I can to make sure that we can get over 1,000 subscribers before the very first episode on August 4th. It's going to be myself and Jay Tuck, where we are unpacking everything college football. I do want to tell you, though, I am an SEC glazer. I'm big into the SEC, so my bias will be shown there. However, we are also welcoming in my good friend, who is more of a Big Ten guy, right? So that's good. So you will be represented as well. Guys, go subscribe to Roundtable College Football. It's going to be a great show, Mondays and Thursdays. Man, I'm feeling it, man. I've been wanting to talk some damn college ball. Oh, man. Rest in peace to our Saturdays and Sundays.
Who's winning the national championship this year, Dan?
The
Hurricanes.
No.
They're going to be so bad this year, the Hurricanes.
Stop, Rich. You don't know nothing about college football, Rich.
That's all I know. That's all I need. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's the real
Miami
team.
Hurricanes overrated.
Dan know.
I'm
a big UGA guy. And it's very hard for me to sleep on Kirby Smart because people are kind of questioning what this new quarterback in Gunnar Stockton is going to look like. But as long as Kirby Smart is at the helm, he's going to make Georgia super competitive. I do like Texas, but Arch is going to be dealing with a brand new offensive line, and he only has 2 games of content for us to react to. So who knows? Is Arch going to live up? I'd probably say I'm going to go between Texas or Penn State for national champions this year, and don't sleep on Alabama either. But it's too soon, man. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It's college ball.
Hurricanes back, baby.
Some things are there. Micah Parsons, man, has reported to the Dallas Cowboys training camp, and that goes even further because after our show yesterday, Jerry Jones does what he does best, and he ultimately ended up throwing a shot not only at Dak Prescott, but also at Micah Parsons. He was asked about whether or not that he plans on rushing this contract for Micah, and he said that it is not a concern of his. He said last time he made somebody the highest paid at their position, they were hurt for 3/4 of the year. Name drop Dak Prescott. And then he said, and Micah Parsons missed 6 games for me last year. So it's hard for me to get into that guaranteed money conversation. Jerry doing Jerry things, right? And then J.J. Watt entered himself into the conversation, and Micah Parsons ended up retweeting it. So some turmoil in the Cowboys organization. However, I'm watching a video right now where Micah Parsons is running onto the practice field. thoughts on this? Is he going to play on his 5th-year option, TD?
The bigger the deal, the more needs to be worked out. He not playing on a 5th-year option, man. They gonna get this man his money. He's the face of the Dallas Cowboys. He probably eclipsing Dak Prescott right now because Prescott hurt or inconsistent. So no, the fan base want Micah Parsons to get his bag and be a Cowboy forever. I just think they're just working out the contract language and continuously working on it, negotiating, going back and forth, trying to make concessions, trying to figure out what's best for the team and him. They'll get this done. That's been their guy since day one. Has he not lived up to his draft? Stop.
Who?
Micah Parsons. Yeah,
I'd say he has. Yeah.
Yeah, so man, they'll get it done. I'm
not
also
really remember as well, like with Jerry bringing that up, I feel like that was the first time Micah has ever been hurt, and that's even including in college was last year, those 6 games. So I think that was kind of unfair when he said that because for the most part, he was known for staying healthy. Yeah. Richie, thoughts on Micah Parsons swallowing his pride and being a full participant at camp today?
That's what you need. It's exactly what you need. And the reason why I say that is Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner did the same thing. They showed up for everything voluntary, everything mandatory. They didn't make an issue. This is what you have to do to prove to teams that they should pay you. This whole holding out nonsense is a culture thing. It's a character. Like, are you in for the team or are you in for yourself? And this one move of Micah being there shows you that he's there for the team. And that's the type of guy you want to commit to. So I think it's great. I think him potentially holding out and all these players holding out, it makes things more drama. And it's also making the negotiations from the team's perspective question, well, is this a guy we even want to invest to long term? He's a great player, but do we want that type of character? So I think it's great. I think it's going to get done. And how many times have we been down this road with Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys? And Micah said it himself. The ownership is going to drag this out until the final whistle. That's what they do. That's what they did with Dak. That's what they did with CeeDee Lamb. Whatever the deadline is, it's happening that day. That's what this whole situation I'm going to look like.
Man, football is back, boys. Football is back. How are we feeling about this? Folks, please do us a favor. Hit that thumbs up sign because as I've noticed, there's 171 of you rocking with us right now. I think we could very easily get to about 300 to 400 live viewers each and every single episode as training camp commences, as the season is right around the corner. And how we can achieve that together is quite simply just by you hitting that thumbs up sign. Because what that does is it tells YouTube that y'all are vibing with the show, and it recommends it to other NFL fanatics who might want to come in on the conversation. Folks, we are implementing call-ins all across the Roundtable Sports Network via Patreon this year. We are revamping it, a one-tier system at $10, which is going to be giving you access to call in to Fourth and Forever, to call in to AFC East Roundtable, AFC North, AFC South, what have you. It's a rolling radio show type feel. On top of that, also a bonus episode of Fourth and Forever each and every single week is going to be exclusively for those of you that contribute over on Patreon. Also a betting show, which is only going to be for the Patreon members' eyeballs. Same thing with film review, all 22 from some of our experts within the network. We are going to be hooking you guys up. Stay tuned Wednesday night. We are dropping it, and we will be launching it. Stay tuned, man, because we have a lot of really cool content coming to the Patreon. Breaking news, someone's saying.
Honey Badger
breaking news
from the NFL.
Who?
The Honey Badger. Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh! Tyrann Mathieu has announced his retirement from the NFL. Man, you know what? He did walk away with a ring, so that's solid. Solid.
I'm just shocked that the Dolphins didn't sign him on his way out.
Hey, no, the Dolphins will sign him at the retirement. That's what we would do.
The new retirement home of the NFL.
Oh, my gosh. Richie, you a hater.
Oh, man, we got We got Spuddy Mine. Happy to join you all here before the beginning of the season. Started following Dan halfway through last season and looking forward to all of the future content. I love that, Spuddy. Thank you so much for coming in and showing a little bit of love, man. We do our best to make sure that you guys are informed of all of the breaking news, all of the storylines surrounding the NFL, man. We're building something special over here at Roundtable Sports. Why would players want to play for a team that played childish games with their money? That is the question. That is the question. Are there any other storylines, Richie or TD, that are weighing on your heart that we need to discuss today? We could discuss Matthew Stafford. He's on the sideline with back soreness. And we could also talk about some of the running backs in question. James Cook has reported to the Buffalo Bills training camp. That is completely washing away really some sort of worry on my end of whether or not that was going to be a storyline on HBO's Hard Knocks, which the Bills are being featured, by the way. Super excited. And Kieran Williams as well, who is also questioned of whether or not that he was going to hold out. He has reported to camp. What's weighing on you right now, man? Like, what do we need to discuss right now? Richie.
Yeah, there's, it's just who's reporting to camp, who's not reporting to camp. I think as camp starts, then we're going to start talking about preseason, and we're going to get into the deeper analysis of the Hall of Fame game. Like, we're going to get a lot of press conferences this week as well. There's really nothing storyline-wise. I think we hit everything unless I'm missing something. I think the unfortunate thing is we're going to have to keep a note on who's healthy or not, because that's an unfortunate part of training camp in football. The Shamar Stewart situation. I mean, there's another rookie that's unsigned, Quinshin Judkins from the Browns, running back, as well as unsigned. So just keeping a lookout for everything, man. And all the this is a time where we can be excited. Like, if you're a Bills fan, seeing this on your screen, this should get you excited, right? This is what NFL fans should be eating. Their quarterback showing up to camp.
Come on.
Right? Like, that's fun. That's exciting stuff, right? Like, football's back. There's really no drama, unless you're the Miami Dolphins. There's no drama to really talk about. It's all about pure energy, right? Like, seeing your quarterback's ones showing up, I mean, that's a guy that's about to break out. Look at that. The fro's out, baby. That's what I got to say, man. I'm just pumped to see everybody back at their training camp facilities, and I'm excited to be there Friday.
That's my guy, man. TD, what do you got to say to the audience before we set them off on this beautiful Tuesday, July 22nd?
Simply, man, this is going to be an exciting season. I'm looking forward to providing coverage on it all season long. And thank you to everybody who rock with us every day. Let's enjoy this season, man. We're going to have a great year. We're going to have some great shows, and meet us back here Monday through Friday when the season, whenever we kick off, for the best NFL coverage that you can find midday. Love y'all, man.
That's what you got, Richie.
That's it, man. Roundtable Sports to the moon. We appreciate you guys. Fourth and forever. We're excited to keep you entertained all season long. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow.
Folks, we appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Deuces.